Hello, my name is Mike, and in this video you join me in the 2020 Toyota Prius Prime. Now, is this still the one hybrid to rule them all, or should you simply take this to Mordor and cast it into the fires of Mount Doom? Well, let's go for a drive and find out. This being the Prime variant of the Toyota Prius, it is a plug-in hybrid, so you get approximately 50 or 52 kilometers, as it's indicating to me if I don't use climate control, of just pure electric driving range. Under the hood, of course, is a hybrid powertrain, so you have the electric motor which is mated to the gasoline engine, and that engine is a 1.8 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. The net power rating for the Prius Prime is only 121 horsepower. But because of that electric motor, which has instantaneous torque, it still doesn't feel fast. Sorry. But you do have that instant torque, so as soon as you put your foot down, the car just reacts immediately. You're not going to be impeding anybody from behind you when you set off from a set of lights, and you can still overtake on a highway without any problems. But just don't expect this to be Tesla quick, for example. As I mentioned, you have about 50 kilometers or 52, 53 kilometers if you don't use climate control. And to charge it up, you have either a 120 volt option, which takes about 5.5 hours, or you have a level 2 fast, not really fast charging, but faster charging. And that takes just under 2 hours to fully charge from flat to 100%. You can also get the engine to charge the batteries back up if you go on a longer road trip and you still want some electricity when you get to your destination. You just have to hold the HV/EV button for a few seconds, and then the engine will kick in and start charging the batteries. Shout out to the Straight Pipes for showing me how about that feature, because there's no actual dedicated charge button or anything like that. It's just drive modes, HV/EV, and EV auto. That's all you have. In terms of braking, it does have regenerative braking, but it doesn't have one pedal driving where you can just modulate the accelerator pedal and it'll actually come to a stop. You can't do that in this car. But the normal brake pedal does regenerate the batteries if you lightly press it, and then obviously if you press it even harder, then the normal brakes will take over. You don't really feel that big of a difference between regen braking and normal brakes, which is actually a very good thing in an electric vehicle. Driving the 2020 Prius Prime is one of the simplest tasks you'll probably do in a typical day. Steering effort is light, which makes it easy to maneuver in tight parking lots or on small city streets. Unfortunately, it doesn't make for a very engaging drive if you find yourself on a twisty mountain road. And either way, you won't want to push it hard on a twisty road because the Eco tires were made for low rolling resistance, not grip. This new generation Prius sits on a new chassis that improves the ride comfort. Over most bumps and road imperfections, the Prius remains composed and the suspension can easily absorb the shunts. As is the case in many cars, the front passengers have the majority of the cabin space. There's plenty of leg and headroom even for taller adults. In the back, this 2020 model year is the first to offer a third seat. Granted, 3 adults will probably not be very comfortable back there. 2 would be more reasonable. But if you need to fit 3 people in the Prius, well, now you can. As for the rest of the interior, it's a bit, well, odd. I don't have any instrumentation right in front of me. It's all in the center, so the passengers can see it for whatever reason. But this demo vehicle does have the optional technology package, so I do have a heads-up display that's projected right onto the windscreen, which is really nice. There is a lot of black piano plastics right here in the center on the steering wheel and in the center console, so be ready to see a lot of fingerprints and a lot of dust marks all over it. As for this screen, I am not a fan of it. I prefer the standard 7-inch screen. For whatever reason, Toyota decided to use a very, reflective material in the screen because in harsh sunlight like today, there's a lot of glare coming from the screen. And in certain situations, it's so much so that it becomes, frankly, dangerous because there's just so much of it coming right into my eye. Furthermore, while it does have a few touch-sensitive buttons along the side, which work fine, everything else is in the screen itself. So, for example, if you want more climate controls, you have to go through the screen. It's not just a physical button that you can do without even looking at it. That's why I prefer the 7-inch screen, because you do have a few physical buttons below it. Also, if I put it in reverse, first off, it beeps. It beeps on the inside, not on the outside, to let people know that I'm reversing. It's letting me know that I just put it in reverse. Anyway, as you can see, I'm just going to shut it up for a sec because that's very annoying. As you can see, only the top portion is the backup camera. The rest is just empty real estate. And there is no option for a surround view camera system, so you can't even have it so that you can see what's around the car on this lower half. Like I said, I personally prefer the 7-inch screen over this one. Apart from the aforementioned 11.6-inch touchscreen, the 2020 Prius Prime is also available with a slew of other gadgets. These include a heads-up display, heated seats, wireless phone charging, and a full suite of advanced safety and driver aids. Apple CarPlay is standard, but Android Auto is not available. However, according to Toyota Canada's website, it is available for the 2021 model year, just not with a big 11.6-inch touchscreen, only the 7-inch. Which is a bit odd. As for how it looks, it was designed with aerodynamics in mind. It has a long, oval shape to reduce drag and improve efficiency. It also has some unique styling details like the LED headlights that look like they're encased in jewels, or the unique curving rear window. Just don't damage it because that unique shape is difficult and expensive to manufacture. Plus, that rear hatch is real carbon fiber for reduced weight. So back to the original question. Is this the one hybrid to rule them all? I think it is. Compared to the other plug-in hybrids that are on the market right now, this Prius is still the best one. There is the Hyundai Ioniq plug-in hybrid, but the interior of that one is just full of plastics. It's not as nice of an interior as this one. Price is around the same, but the interior is better in this. There is also the Honda Clarity plug-in hybrid, which has a much better interior, but can you really live with an exterior that looks like that? And also, it's much more expensive than this. This one starts at just under $33,000 Canadian, and fully spec'd up can be around $38,000 Canadian. So on that basis, although this does have quite a lot of oddities and annoyances in my opinion, this would still be the one that I recommend you buy if you're looking for a plug-in hybrid that doesn't break the bank. But anyway, if you want to know more about the 2020 Toyota Prius Prime, I wrote a comprehensive review of it over on my website. You can find the link in the video description. And as always, I will see you in the next car or truck or probably an SUV next time. Thanks again for watching, and take care. There's that beeping again.